Because when we were talking about the temperature is going to drop 20 degrees, I was thinking, okay, the weather's been about 70, it's going to drop to be like 50, maybe 60, right?
No.
Well, no, what I didn't realize it was going to go up to 113 and then drop back 20.
Yeah, and it did it. Now it's dropping.
And dropping 20 degrees is still pretty
awesome. It was in the 90s. It hit the 90s with humidity. Yeah. No, and here we know when generally you only have a very, if the humidity comes, you almost like have rain at the same time, because that's how it works. You don't have hot and humid. That's south.
Waiting for it.
I know the rain is coming, but still, it's just dehydration is like I said, it hits the very young and the very old the hardest.
It's just like everything else. It affects young and the oldest.
Yeah, because we have the least ability to conquer it, and like.
Which means especially if you're out there, you got to pay special attention to the little kids. And
you basically got to keep hats on them, keep them in. It's one of those things that if you got to take a kid without a stroller, make certain that the kid has basically got a hat and their little head is covered, their little shoulders are covered, legs are covered, because they'll fry in weather like this.
And don't be surprised if your dog doesn't want to go outside.
Yeah.
Because remember, you're wearing shoes, the dog has his pads.
Yeah, it's hot on that stuff, or they'll want to hang to the grass a lot. So, but I think that this is the worst thing that can happen at the moment is this type of weather, because here we're not used to dealing with this stuff, period, and people are dropping like flies. I mean, we saw off-duty people at basically at Venice, and Santa Monica, and Azuma, in Malibu, off-duty lifeguards, because they were afraid that there were so many people at the beach that were going to be dropping.
You know what, that could be a reason. I was thinking they just expected a lot of people, but also because they expected a lot of people.
They expected the people that were there to overdo it, because virtually no one came equipped. There was almost no water with anybody out there, none. And it's not like, okay, say at Zuma, you've got awful miles away from the nearest spot where you can get anything to drink. You know, Venice, basically at Santa Monica, all you got to do is to walk up, walk a city block or something, and there's places.
Well, there's all those places along the beach.
But then isn't it? That's not over in Malibu. Basically, Malibu is more important area. So, but we saw this. Not a massive amount of people. The normal people who have been going to the beach this year is almost none. But nobody could look to your right, look to your left, and no one had water with them. And no one had, virtually, one person had an umbrella. And then they're solving the problem while they're hot. They're going into the salt water and throwing salt water all over their skin. It's just like, might as well get some crankcase oil and put it on it, because it basically just helps to burn you more.
It did feel good going.
But you in your water, if you stayed in your water, but they go out, pour water on themselves, and then go back and lay down. No umbrella, nothing to drink. And they did everything you could do wrong, because they're not used to doing this in California. On a southern beach, they think nothing of it. Hey, boy, it's a great day. Let's go out and have a family picnic. But that ain't how it's done in Southern California. They are not used to having to take care of themselves like this, and the lifeguards all do it.
Well, they don't come prepared, like you said, because they didn't expect it to be quite like that.
Well, yeah, we got out on the sand, and you're sitting there with sandals. When it's going through rough, she's got spare sandals. Mine are basically the standard rubberized stuff today. When it's going through at 3/4 of an inch of sandal, the heat's coming up through it. I mean, basically, it's so. I tell you how bad was the heat. I basically mangled my foot the other day, and it's black and blue. Well, for a couple of days it got so hot that basically the stupid, when you bust something up, it's basically blood vessels. The stupid was draining through my foot, and she saw it, just coming right through the skin. And basically it was not a fun thing to happen, but that's how hot it was. It was just sort of like taking it and boiling it.
Here's part of it is you don't have to have heat to have dehydration, though.
That's right. People simply will, they won't drink enough because they think it puts weight on them. So you don't have to, that's a misnomer. A lot of people, basically, a lot of females especially, that are trying to lose weight, they control this. You have to have 8 glasses, well, not 8 glasses like this, 8 glasses like this of water a day for a human body to survive at any temperature. And when it gets warmer, it takes more than that. You don't, that 8 glasses has nothing to do with a warm day, a normal day. Well, she basically tried to do it according to, she had a thing that basically told her how much water she drank and how much she needed to drink. She was putting on so much weight that she stopped
well,
using
because
it.
first of all, I used to drink a lot of hot tea, but part of it was because I was trying to measure it. I was using all that for all my water, right, which was room temperature.
And basically, women don't like to gain weight, so a woman will automatically, knowing that water's going to stay with her. Basically, warm water doesn't stay with you. It's the warm water. You rent warm water, it leaves. It's lukewarm water, lukewarm tea, hot tea, that does not stay with you.
And that's also why if you go to get some of these spa treatments and they take off how many inches, a lot of that is water weight.
Yeah, but if you drink something iced, that's going to stay with you for a while. So, but I know better. It's why I leave my beer sitting outside where it's warm, but then I have my stuff. I mean, I was drinking ice.
Well, is that why you drink beer warm?
Yeah. No, I got the, like German, I'm used to German. Your German drink, you know, beer warm. They get it right out of the kegs. They get it right out of the pitcher. It's warm. So I grew up doing that. But it's better to drink it warm because it doesn't stay with you. But I went through 10 pounds of ice yesterday. I was making iced coffee. I was Kool-Aid, iced, you know, iced lemonade. I had cherry limeade and iced milk.
You had anything cold? Well, because your room was hot and you'd run hot.
Basically, I mean, I was basically, you know, drinking anything that I could with ice in it. I mean, we're talking, I didn't drink any warm drinks at all yesterday. It was all stuff that basically stayed with you the next day. So you can, the males can put the same weight on the female can. If you're drinking gallons of liquids, you know, I mean, I perspire a lot, which basically tends to get it out. But I mean, she's seen it, and I went.
But women don't perspire like that.
I soaked 9 T-shirts yesterday while I was working. 9. And I basically soaked. I had 3 towels put over my chair because I was going through. The room was so hot. I burned so bright. It soaked everything. That's how, you know, you get dehydration a lot of way. In a warm room, you get dehydrated. That's why when I put every computer I have on at once, which has to be done because every one of my computers does something different. So I have to throw them all on at the same time. It will get the room to 110 degrees. There's no air conditioning in it. They do not have it towards the beach in a lot of places. And it's not like you can open up. There's no breeze coming through, so opening up your windows for no breeze coming through doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So basically, you can get massively dehydrated.
Well, I was just excited today because we were filming here today, so I decided I'm shutting all the windows.
Yeah,
turning on the air.
I know, and then she, you know, sit there with the ruler of the air conditioner will be back later. And, so, but then, yeah, it basically goes out to where he knows where there's air conditioning. It doesn't, you know, the Scotsman rules the air conditioner in those Scots. But golfers really get dehydrated too. The golfers don't think anything of it. I've seen golfers, I mean, I saw when I was playing golf in college, we'd see 18-year-olds wobbling on the thing, and you know, people would immediately know that they'd know it, and they'd go grab them, and then, you know, get the, that's why Gatorade was invented. I hate Gatorade. God, it's the most god-awful stuff on this planet. Because it's actually just a means of getting salt in you to stop your dehydration.
Yeah, but it works.
Yeah.
It works. Well, the other part is, even though you may be used to temperature, there's certain areas that if you're out on them, it doesn't take as much because there's reflective surfaces, like if you're at the beach. Sand reflects.
Sand, you know, sand is horrible. Asphalt. Asphalt is god-awful because it's black.
Well, think about the racetracks with racing
Oh, we
cars.
have done that. I mean, we have been out, we have basically we're doing a drifting competition. We got out on the island. And once you're out in the island, you can't go back, so you're taking all your bottles and stuff to drink with you at the same time. I mean, they made fun of was it Tony Stewart? basically I set a big ice rink on the wall of the paddock, and you know, then Tony Stewart came basically sliding over, and the track steward and I, we backed off and got over the other side of the wall, and he just made a joke. Well, he probably just came by to get your drink, and I go back and, my God, I think he took my drink, because the thing was missing, the whole, like a 32-ounce drink, it was gone. I mean, if he'd, like he'd come by, grabbed it, and then went off. But I was more concerned about getting over the wall with the car coming at us. But that's probably, he was, those guys in those cars.
Oh, it gets really hot. I remember, like, one of our friends is a race car driver, right? I think Justin said he's, lost 10 pounds?
Yeah.
On race day.
It's just bad. It's just, I know one of the women race drivers says she wears nothing underneath her outfit. Nothing. Because it gets so hot in there that, she said she'd used the metal on her bra had burned her when she was younger.
Really?
So she never wears anything like that again. She wears nothing close to her skin that can basically burn her from the inside of the car. I mean, it's bad. But a lot of people, drivers now have, you've seen these things, the backpacks where basically people can get a drink.
Oh, the hydration.
They've got the hydration thing built into their jackets.
Oh, actually,
so mostly they pull in and they'll give them, you'll see them give them drinks and stuff, and they'll, getting as much as they can real quick, but a lot of them now have those new military things. They sit there and suck on the stuff. It's like Gatorade or something in it to help build them up, but it's a horrible thing out there. And I remember when I was playing football, we didn't have AstroTurf, we had grass. The AstroTurf, people are getting injuries from the heat from the AstroTurf.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, because the AstroTurf basically...
it's not grass.
It's not grass. It doesn't give it. It basically reflects the heat. And they'll sit there and they'll get heat burns, which they wouldn't when the weather's cold. It's nothing. They split along it. They could do like belly flops. When it's hot, it can give a huge burn. You'll see them like when it's a warm day. Why is that guy wearing long sleeve shirts and gloves? Because they don't want to get on that stuff when it's hot. It's just like getting burned. But like I said, dehydration is important. Just because it is fall, don't believe that this, which is happening to us right now, can't be going on.
Well, one of the things I always do is keep water in the car.
We keep lots of water. We keep ice. We really went out and bought thermos. We went out and bought thermoses in order to be able to solve that problem. My ice melted yesterday. Actually, it melted at Zuma Beach. The whole tumbler of ice melted at Zuma Beach. Because of 105 degrees in the shade in the automobile with the curtains closed.
At the beach.
At the beach. So we know how hot it is. So I guess, if you got any suggestions on
surviving dehydration,
yeah.
No matter what the temperature.
Are preventing it. I think you should prevent it before it ever gets to that point. Yeah. Women drink water, whether you like it or not. Guys,
whether you have to go to the bathroom or not.
And if you're my age, just because it's going to add some extra poundage to you, it's going to leave, so it doesn't stay with guys. Eventually will leave. But that's no reason if you're a male not to drink stuff when it's hot like this. You got to drink 8 glasses a day. And say, well, I don't want to look like I've gained 20 pounds of weight. Dad gained 20 pounds. Dad gained 20 pounds. Dad, I think I take looking chubby over being dead. But you never know. A lot of people my age would rather be dead than look bad. Because they all want to look good in the coffin, I guess. So the next time, this is old camp.
And this is not a spring chicken. We're here yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And for more information,
you can go to www.montybubbles.net on the net.
And wherever you're watching us, subscribe to us, follow us on Twitter, follow our daily newscast in 3D, as well as our other content in 3D. And thank you once again for over 40 million links on the internet. And stay tuned for, of course, the bikinis are and our avatars and not a spring chicken. Gourmet, my God.